Hey, it's Thomas Mulready from CoolCleveland.com, and we're here today at the Cuyahoga County Administration Building with Cuyahoga County Commissioner Jimmy Dimora. Hey, Jimmy.
Tom, how you doing?
Thanks so much for meeting with us.
My pleasure.
Speaking of the county, you guys are planning a move to a new county administration building.
Yes.
At the corner of East 9th and Euclid, where the old Cleveland Trust Rotunda is. There happens to be a historic Marcel Breuer Tower there.
Yeah.
Same guy that designed the beautiful wing of the Cleveland Art Museum. What are the chances now? A lot of people are, sort of calling for this to be reevaluated because I know it's not the most comfortable venue, and they're saying, well, we can't really save this historic tower. What are your thoughts on how to proceed with this?
Part of the problem is operationally trying to make it functional with our government agencies and government as a whole. The floor plates are small. There's asbestos in and out of the building. HVAC problems would occur because now with the modern efficiencies in energy and HVAC systems, it's not conducive. We're trying to retrofit a building and trying to bring it into the 21st century standards. And I just want to say, the rotunda is definitely going to be there. We want to build this new building around the rotunda. It's a historical landmark.
Oh, sure.
And
There's
a building that,
no question about that.
People want to see, and we want to see, because it's just beautiful. It's breathtaking. And that would be
plans for that. I mean,
well,
museum or
that's actually going to be an entranceway to our new administration building. So people will actually be able to come in through that building to get to the new government building, which will be a nice image and a nice way to set off the importance of county government, because so many people don't understand county government and the importance. We're $1.3 billion budget annually, so we do provide tremendous value to the community as far as the government goes and what we do and the services and programs we provide. But if you look at our existing building, you wouldn't know that by the image. So this will give us the opportunity of giving a positive image and a more influential stature of a building, something that will hopefully be a signature building that people will come to enjoy. Besides that, the development that we believe will occur from us locating on Euclid and 9th in all directions around that. God only knows we need help between Public Square and 9th on Euclid, which is, again, a main thoroughfare in our downtown area. This will help generate new stimulation of retail operations and other offices and even housing down in that particular area. So this will provide tremendous economic boost and value, as well as giving us a new, functional, operationally efficient county administration building.
One of the other roles you play, besides county commissioner, is head of the Cuyahoga County Democratic Party. And there's been some calls for Judge Christine Russo, who's running as a Democrat, to step down, to not run. There's some real serious issues about her candidacy. And yet it seems like the Democratic Party in this part of the state just can't be reckoned with. There's no talking to somebody like yourself who says, look, I don't care if this person's an axe murderer. They're a Democrat, and I'm going to support them. I mean, how bad does it have to get before a Democratic candidate, gets on your wrong side and finds a way to not have you support them? I mean, it seems like this has really gone a little too far.
Let me just tell you, I am not the judge and jury of the Democratic Party in Cuyahoga County. I am the chairman.
But you are supporting her candidacy, correct?
I'm supporting it, as well as 45,000 other people that nominated her. She wasn't endorsed by the Democratic Party in the primary. I didn't urge her and encourage her to run. It is America, it is democracy, and everybody has a right to run for office.
But are you going to urge her to step down and not run because of her record, because of the things that have come out recently?
Those are all, in my opinion, if you really look between the lines, they're all innuendos and issues that occurred with a divorce situation that's going on with her husband and her stepchildren, who are not mother, she's not the biological mother, she's the stepmother, he is the biological father. I mean, I don't know if we're going to get into making decisions on people's qualifications and whether they're righteous enough to hold a public office or be elected.
But it's your endorsement, isn't it?
Well,
we're going to endorse for Cool Cleveland. We're going to look closely at these candidates.
It is our endorsement, but it's the endorsement of the Democratic voters. Yeah. They nominated her, and according to our bylaws, as the chairman, I have an oath to uphold supporting Democrats who are nominated, and they nominated her. So now, according to our bylaws, we accept over the will of the Democratic Party, as we have done before. Not every Democrat we endorse wins the primary. But those Democrats that do win the primary become our endorsed Democratic candidate in the fall election.
Do you think it's
the only other option is the Republican?
Well, this is my question.
We're not going to be able to support a Republican, just like the Republican Party isn't going to support a Democrat. That's just not going to happen.
Do you think there's maybe not enough good competition on the other side and the Republicans in this part of the world?
That's part of their problem.
In some cases, they don't even have a candidate running.
We do enjoy a strong, dominant force in Cuyahoga County, the Democratic Party.
For many years.
For many years.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been the chairman 13 years, and it has been a very good county for Democrats. Not only on the local level, but we've seen even in a national level and state level, we enjoy good margins of victory for Democratic candidates, even if they've lost in the state or in the country.
Right.
They've always been very supportive, supported here in Cuyahoga County by the electorate. So, is there a strong presence in the Democratic Party locally? Absolutely. Do I intend to try to keep it that way? Absolutely. Do I want to see it any other way? Absolutely not.
Right.
I mean, that's just my job, and when I get elected to a position, I take full responsibility and take an oath, and I try to carry it out to the best of my ability.
I could have expected that. Right. That would be the answer. I appreciate that. Let me ask you a question. You're also in an election yourself.
Yes.
You're up for re-election, and your candidate is pretty much got one issue about changing how
reforming
restructuring the county government itself.
Who is that? I don't even remember his name. Good old what's his name?
Right. What are your thoughts about the way, again, that the government works here? We've seen that this part of the world is a bit stagnant when it comes to innovation, when it comes to really trying to move our economy forward. Maybe some of that has to do with this entrenchment and the not changing nature of even our government. What are your thoughts about looking at that, revisiting how the government is structured, and maybe looking at ways that we could make some improvements?
Right. And I'm open-minded to making government more efficient, more effective in delivery of services and programs. I've been an elected official for almost 30 years. It's a long time, the last 8 being a county commissioner. But, you know, as I have told others, including my opponent, you know, the Republican Party pushes an agenda of a county executive with county council members elected by district, similar to what we have in the city of Cleveland with a mayor and council form of government. I don't agree with that structure or that form of government. I think if this was the best way to go, over 20 years now, this has been available to every county in the state of Ohio. There's only one county that has changed their form of government, that's Summit County. The other 87, including Cuyahoga, have remained with 3 commissioners. If this was a better way to go, I would believe that other people would start to make a move to change their form of government, restructure it in other counties, including counties where there are 3 Republican commissioners. I don't see Republicans making a move in those counties if this was a better way to go to make that change. But saying all that, I'm still open-minded with regard to restructuring, because I think some of our county elected positions can certainly be appointed, some could be consolidated, and some even eliminated, where you don't have to have those because of the change of the operation and the change in county government and what we do. Things can always be updated and improved, and I'm open-minded to that.
Is this something you're planning on doing, eliminating some positions and consolidating some of the costs?
I've talked to my colleagues about that, and I've even talked to my opponent about that. we would be open-minded. But if the Republicans continue in the leadership role in this county, continue to only push for county exec and county council, that's never going to happen. It's just not the right way to take it from one extreme to another. And as Summit County goes, they are in no better shape than Cuyahoga or any other county in this state.
Sure.
With the form of government. They've had actually more corruption and more scandal in that government, with people indicted and convicted for different crimes that were committed in their operation of their government. So it is not a better way. It does nothing to do with economic development, because we are of the mindset of continuing to try to create jobs and even throw additional funding to the cause. We are the glue, the gap financing for many projects throughout Cuyahoga County, and we will continue to do that regardless of the structure of the government.
Good.
It doesn't have anything to do with economic enhancement. It has everything to do with how you operate your government, and there is no proof or evidence that I can see or anybody can provide us that shows us that changing the government to a county exec and elected district council members is a better way to run the government than 3 commissioners.
Talk about some of the other issues that are on the ballot.